Hi, this is Roger Chase with Franken Frames. We're going to demonstrate today how to assemble a chop floater frame. So what you will receive in your order will be the frame. It'll be cut to size. It will have slots cut in the back corners for the inserts, which are provided. The inserts are going to be tan-shaped. They're actually dovetails. That's what we're going to use to join with. You will also receive touch-up that we will go over the corners with to make sure we have perfect corners when we finish with joining the frame. You will need a hammer and any kind of wood glue. This happens to be tacky glue, which will work fine. And you also need a damp cloth to wipe off any glue that squeezes out when you join the frame. So most importantly, when you do receive your frame, this is a 10 by 10 basically, so all four pieces are the same. If you order a 24 by 36, when you start with the first corner, be sure you start with a 24-inch piece and a 36-inch piece on that corner. That way you don't end up with a trapezoid frame at the end. So you're going to end up taking the length and the height of one piece, and basically you're going to turn them upside down, and you see how the corners line up with the dovetail slot. These are the dovetails that will go in there. So the first thing you want to do is grab the first two pieces. You want to use a small amount of glue as a secondary substance to help hold this together along with the insert itself. So it doesn't take a lot of glue to do that, because you're going to see that it's going to squeeze out. So basically when you do one side of that first corner, you slide these together. It doesn't matter. It's all self-aligning, so you don't need a corner clamp or a corner vise. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the insert. You're going to have one side that's slightly rounded, and the other side is going to be totally flat. So you line that up in the corners, push it in ever so slightly. It's going to be a very tight join. And once you get that started, if you have a friend that can help you, the friend will hold the corners on this side, and you won't have to use this hand. So basically you then take the hammer and you begin hammering the insert into the corner. So you hammer lightly. You can pick it up at this point. Make sure the faces are flush. So on this one, the left side is slightly raised up. So I'm just going to tap on this piece to line it back up on the front on the actual molding itself. And you can feel the front and see how flush the face is. And so once you do that, you're going to hammer it down, and that'll flush the face back up. The corner, as you can see, is pretty stable as is, but you're going to finish hammering the insert all the way into the frame, and as you see, you have a very tight corner, you have a flush face, you have a little excess glue that we will wipe off with a damp cloth, and that's your first corner. You can also wipe off the inside. Glue is going to squeeze out wherever it may. And so there's your first corner. Then you basically go to the opposite side. For example, if you had a 24 here and a 36 here, you're going to want to do another 36 here. So, or if you have a 36 there, you do 24 there. So we're going to take the next piece. As you notice, the corner stabilizes and holds everything up properly. You're going to take and put wood glue again. Doesn't take a lot. You're going to slide those corners together, and you just have to get the dovetail shape, close to fitting that size. You can usually put it, get it started with your fingers a little bit, and then you can hold it like this and begin to hammer in. It's all self-aligning. As you notice, glue is already squeezing out here a little bit. So you just begin hammering that the rest of the way in. Halfway through, you're going to check the flushness of the face. You can feel it, or you can flip it over and physically look at it. And then you're going to continue hammering that insert all the way in. Excess glue, we're going to wipe that off. And I forgot to mention, you're going to be working on a tabletop. You don't want to hammer the frame against, the solid top. You want to have a piece of cardboard, something stable, where you don't mar the frame. So as you can see, we have the first two corners completed, and we go to our last two corners. When you get to this point, you're going to take wood glue, and I usually go ahead and place it on both corners at one time. It's not going to dry. and do that. And then you're going to slide this last corner in. As you can see, everything's going to line up properly, but you're going to do one corner at a time. So we're going to take the insert, place it in. Everything's standing up pretty evenly. This is self-aligning. Again, it's self-aligning, so what's going to happen is it's going to line up correctly, get halfway in, check the flushness of the corner, and finish hammering it into the back. As you can see, our third corner is done. Wipe any excess glue off, and you're going to be to your last corner. The last corner is going to look like it wants to spread a little bit. That's just because we're dealing with real wood. So make sure you get your insert in enough to start the corner, and then hammer. Check this corner. Make sure it's flush. If you have to hammer down a little bit, hammer down a little bit on that corner, and finish hammering the corner together. As you notice, excess glue is squeezing out again. Wipe that off with a damp cloth. Because if you're doing a gold finish or a silver finish or a finish that is more touchy, you don't want that glue set up on there. So once this is done, it's complete. If you want to go back and check the corners, make sure the inserts are all the way in. You can finish up by checking those. Totally flush on the back. And there you have your frame chopped, put together. Very simple, very easy. And again, in the beginning, if you have a friend that wants to hold these two corners for you, they could be standing on the other side of the table and grip the corner like this and hold it together, where you're just dealing with the insert and hammering it in. Next, a lot of customers have questions about the Touchup. This is Touchup. It's going to come in a popsicle stick, and it's Touchup putty. It never dries, so you want to be careful not getting this on your clothes. But basically, if you have a corner, which I don't, this is pretty much perfect, but if you had a corner that needed a little bit of touch-up, you're going to take the popsicle stick and you're going to slide this in, just rub it into the corner. Well, it doesn't matter if it gets on the molding, we can wipe that off. And what that's going to do is it's going to fill that corner. Then you have a dry cloth and you just wipe that down. And what that's going to do is make your frame look like it has a closed corner and fill in any hairline gaps. You can do the face as well. So if you want to do the face, have you a piece of cardboard, take the putty, put it into the corner. You can go over the corner with the popsicle stick and wipe it down, and that closes that corner and makes it look much more professional. So that concludes how to join a chop floater frame. Watch for more videos on other instructional techniques for framing. Thank you very much.